Wolf,
Yes,
hey, we did it.
we did it, but I can't see you.
No, you're not supposed to see me.
Oh, okay.
It's just audio. You don't want to see me, brother. Well, I'm glad you were able to hook up. Let me open the show and we're going to get right to it. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the No Cover TV podcast. That's right. I'm your host, Big Al, and I take that original local and national music and I just shove it in your face. I've been doing this since 97 on TV to radio and now podcast. You can't get rid of me. Oh, no, you can't. So check out the past shows and, of course, check out the future shows. We're booked solid till June. I think I might take July off, and then we'll be booked till Christmas. It's amazing. It is just amazing out there, the bands and the artists that are coming aboard. Like I say, all genres and age groups, they're all welcome to come on the show. Definitely. So people out there, do me a favor if you're driving around in your car, turn that radio off. Open that window, stick your head out, and listen, because there's a lot of great music on the block you're on, and the block over, and the block over. So take a listen. Please support your artist and go out to their shows. If there's a cover charge, pay that, then pick up the swag, and of course, get their CDs or albums, and also do the digital downloads. They really appreciate. They work hard for what they're doing, and they love to do it because they want to put a smile on your face. Ah, yes, indeed. We have a great show for you today. A great artist in the house. Oh my! I can't wait to get to this artist. We got a lot to talk about in the house today. There's Wolfe Milestone. How you doing, my friend?
I am doing absolutely awesome. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on today, Wolf.
Well, I'm very honored to be here.
Well, thank you, my friend. Now we got quite a bit to chat about. Even that shiny thing you're probably holding on to right now.
I tell you, Big Al, there was a surprise. Totally. Yesterday, coming to the door, knock on the door, and open the door, and there was a guy standing there with a box, and it had a big trophy in it.
Oh,
Uh, I, I was claimed as the International Artist of the Year for 2024.
I see that. It's beautiful that you got the award. I'm proud of you, man. That's great to
Yeah,
get
I
another
know.
award. Yeah.
My
So
my emails and phone calls and texts have not stopped since last night.
you're a superstar now. You got to watch out. So we got a lot to talk about, my friend, and I'm going to cover a lot of things. Okay, but the beginning of this show, I take all my artists kind of on a little time capsule trip. Can we do that?
Sure, certainly.
Okay. All right. I want to bring you back in time a little bit, and we're going to talk about that. I want to bring you back to you when you were 15 years old. I want to know what Wolf was listening to at that time.
I was listening to good old rock and roll.
Anybody particular?
The Beatles, the Rolling Stones,
Mm.
Black Sabbath,
Ah,
Led
yes.
Zeppelin. Yeah.
Oh, yes. All the great bands of the 60s and the 70s. Ah, yes. So, listening to that music and stuff, when did you decide to acquire an instrument and pick that up and start singing?
Well, I was in grade six when one of my classmates happened to have a guitar, and I went over to his house a few times after school. His parents wouldn't allow us in the house, but we could sit on their veranda. So, long story short, I really took an interest in it, and I thought, can you can you teach me a few chords? And
Yeah.
he did. And like I say, that was grade six. I was what 12 years old,
Yeah.
and so we became really good friends, and he liked the way I was singing.
Yeah.
'Cause I learned my singing was through my mother as a child growing up because my mother played the piano.
I saw that.
Yeah, and so with that, she taught me the skills of the chord progression for any type of music, whether it be guitar, piano, mandolin, a trombone, tuba, whatever. And I really got into that. And then I started singing in the church choir, and then I started singing in the school choir, and then I was still learning the guitar, and then I
Right.
was learning a few more licks. And I thought, geez, I'm going to try a different song by the Beatles or Rolling Stones, whatever. And I was learning very quickly, and I was really really getting to like it.
Oh, that's cool. That's very nice. And it's cool that your mother was a piano player.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
she was.
amazing.
Yeah, she would have. She wasn't exactly a teacher, but she just loved the piano, and my mother loved singing. And
Oh,
we always knew if Mom wasn't singing, she wasn't happy.
oh. So you can't.
Excuse me.
Okay, so you get through grade school. We're moving out to high school. Now, you were a hockey player, weren't you?
Oh, avid hockey player. I went as far as junior B, as far as junior B hockey, and the next level was junior A, and then the NHL. So I was close, but
Wow.
the last year I played junior B hockey, uh, I scored over my 50 goals, which was a big milestone, no
All
pun
right.
intended. And uh, during the playoffs that year, well, I was always short for my age, and like the trainer and the coach and they all said, Wolf, you have the heart of a lion, but you're just not tall enough, and that really hurt me. That really hurt me because I
Yeah.
knew I knew because when I seen that puck, the hockey puck, that was mine, and nobody's going to take it away from me. But
That's
as
a
you
good
get
answer.
older, yeah, you come into your adolescent ages, and uh, everyone else is growing but me.
No. But you kicked butt on the ice, didn't you?
Oh yeah, yeah, I
Oh,
sure did.
oh, brother. Okay, so we're getting out of high school now. Did you think at that point you were going to pursue music and do that? Or did you just go into the workforce?
Uh, well, no, I didn't actually think of it as a career. It was more or less a weekend hobby for me. Uh,
Okay.
and then the more I was playing with the band, the tighter we were getting, I'm thinking to myself, boy, this doesn't sound too bad. But it wasn't what I was really looking for. And
Okay.
I met a couple other musicians, and this one fella I is still a friend with after 40 some years. He said to me one day, why don't you come and play country? Like he says, I'm always working. I mean, but the money's not fantastic, but I'm always playing. And I thought maybe I'll try it one day. So around 1974, 75, he called me up one day and he says, hey, this guy I'm working with, they're looking for a bass player. Are you interested? And oh yeah, I forgot to mention that by this time I turned to bass guitar. I, I,
Okay.
I picked that up, and that was my link. That was my main instrument then, was the bass guitar.
Oh.
So I went and played with this band, and the first song he calls out, he goes, "I'm gonna do a Willie Nelson song called Good Hearted Woman." So and he says to the band, "It's in the key of D." So I'm holding my hand, it's in position on the key of D, and he goes, "What are you waiting for?" I go, "I'm ready. I'm in D." He goes, "Well, do you not know the bass pattern?" I said, is it a 2/4? Is it a 4/4? Is it a shuffle?
Right.
He goes, watch this. I,
Oh no.
I never worked with that guy again.
Oh, so when you put that bass down, you went to break to the acoustic. When did you form your first band, country
Uh,
band?
my first country band, I was I would say 20, about 22. Yeah, around 22.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got kind of out of the rock and roll, and I knew I had a linking always back to the country. And my mother
Right.
said, "Why aren't you singing country songs like you used to?" You know, because
Right.
and moms are usually right. So I
Yep.
uh, I tried my old Hank Williams stuff and all that crap, and I shouldn't say crap, but uh,
Right.
and songs like that. And then one of my friends said, "Well, I got a gig for us if you're interested. If you're looking for a country band." And sure enough, we started that, and the rest is history, as they say.
Well, great. I like that journey. That's great. All right, we're in the present now, and
Okay.
your music's fantastic. I've been listening to it, and even when you do an acoustic solo, I like it.
Well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
thank you very much, Big L, and Funny enough, that's my dad. My dad's name is Alan. That's what everybody called my dad. My dad was a big man. He was
Okay.
6'3", and everybody called him Big Al.
Oh, that's a great name. Great name. Now, you're a country artist. Everybody out there in podcast land, get your computers out, laptops, cell phones, however you connect, get to the platforms. Wolf's going to tell you where he's at in just a minute, and you're going to listen to his music. So, you have a band. Now, is this a full-time band?
I've lost you.
Are you still there? Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. I lost you there.
Okay. Well, sometimes we have hiccups being on the internet.
Oh, okay.
So, but anyways, you have a band. Now, is this a full-time band you're working with?
At the time, yes.
Okay. So, what are we doing right now? Just acoustics?
Oh no, no, I have a four-piece band. My
Okay.
lead guitar player has been with me over 10 years.
Oh,
My
nice.
bass player 6, and my drummer is just 2 years now. And we have a really tight band. All four of us sing. We all harmonize, and that's what really captures the audience. Is that we're so versatile with the songs that we choose to uh, to play to the crowd. Considering if they're an older group or a younger group, we can mix
Right.
and match and we appease everybody with our
Beautiful.
music. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Now, I know you have a lot of originals, but when you're playing out, do you throw a few covers in there just to get to the
Oh yeah.
audience?
Yeah. I mean, when you first start out, because everybody wants to hear something they know,
Yeah.
and then after again, you read the crowd, and then uh, I'll say to them, and now here's a song off our CD, our first CD, or second, or third, or fourth, fifth, right?
Yeah.
And then you catch their attention, and then by the end of the evening, after we do our performance, whatever, they'll come up to the stage afterwards. Hey, can I get that song, that CD with that song on it?
Ah, great.
Depending on which one we did, and then one
Right.
they would remember. So I try to uh, at least six songs a show because
Okay.
I don't want to throw out too many because then it's too much for them to absorb, and I want them to
True.
remember which song that of mine that they liked, so I can have a CD ready for them.
That's a great idea. That's the way to do it. Definitely. I like
Oh
that.
yeah.
So let's talk about some music of yours. Now, you've done 3 albums, or am I correct?
Well, I've done four.
4.
Yeah,
Okay. Were they back to back or just a little time in between?
little time in between because I mean it costs money, right?
It sure does.
So I, uh, I was for a while there. I was doing them every 3 years.
Every 3 years. Well, that's pretty good. I like
I
that.
did. I did my first one in 2000. My first
Oh, that's
release.
way
Yeah.
back when.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I bet that's still holding the test of time.
Oh, they are. It's incredible, Al.
Yeah.
I, I put a few songs out there on Spotify and uh, you know, uh, Alexa and stuff like that, and people are going, "Hey, that's a good song." And then radio stations here, and they send me an email, "Hey, can I have that song for my playlist?" And I go, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah. That's wonderful. Oh, now you've got quite a few singles out there. Can you count how many?
Oh man. Oh well over 30.
Well over 30 singles. Wow. And I bet you've got a lot of songs under your belt that still need to be recorded.
Oh, I do, Al. I have so many, but what happened was that stupid COVID just slowed everything down for
It did.
everybody. And then my CD maker, well, he had to close shop, so then I had to
Oh,
find another. Yeah, and then I had to find another supplier, and that took a while. And oh man, but
jeez.
yeah, and then of course now with everything, the cost of living has gone up so high with everything, and it's just
It's terrible. It's
it's
terrible,
it.
terrible.
Yeah, it is. It's terrible. And so for
Mm-mm.
us independent artists, I mean, we're getting by, but we're struggling.
Yeah, so, yeah, and that's why I have to do this show. Get the music out there, get the story out there. And throughout my 30 some years, I've never charged an artist to come on TV or the airways, and I never will. No,
Oh,
because it's hard work. It's hard work.
that is
So,
so kind of you.
No, I appreciate that, man. And now we're talking about your LPs and your singles and stuff. I see you use Bear Creek Studios. Was that for all the albums?
I for three of them. Then that's when I lived out in Vancouver. I moved out to Vancouver just for a change of scenery, and
Oh,
while I was driving out there on the highway, and then that's when I wrote my first number one song on the radio. It was called "Where My Truck Stops."
I like that. That's
Yeah,
beautiful. True story.
very true. Yeah, I was riding down the highway and no set direction. I just don't care where my truck stops. I'll call home.
There you go. I love it. Now, let's tell everybody in podcast land what platforms they can find your music on.
Every possible platform you can think of. Hey, Google, Spotify, well, YouTube, of course,
You know,
and www.wolfemilestone with an E .com. Because
beautiful.
without the E in my name, like
That separates you. Definitely. So, good deal. Now,
hey Google, stop. Because I
Google's
said that.
listening.
Yeah, Google.
we got extra guests in the house.
I know, eh? I thought,
That's funny.
I said to myself, who's talking to me? Then I realized what we did.
Google is spying on us.
Uh, uh,
That's too funny. Now, how often do you and the band get together and play out?
once a week.
Once a week, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
like tomorrow, every Thursday, we go to my lead guitar players because he's got a nice garage. Everything's nicely set up, and there's heat in it for the winter
Oh,
time, and cool fans in the summertime.
nice. Now, is there a lot of venues in your area for country music for you to play?
Yes, there is,
Oh,
and it's branching out more and more. Of course,
that's cool.
summertime, Al. That's when we as a band we play at a lot of festivals and jamborees. We
Oh,
got
yes.
Yeah, we have four coming up this summer already, so that's good.
That's really good, my friend. Really good. You keep them very busy, what I want to hear. Now,
Yes.
you play different size stages and crowds. Do you like to perform with a bigger crowd and you're kind of away from them on a stage, or do you like to play a smaller venue where they're right on top of you?
Either one, Al. It doesn't matter if there's say 10 people in front of us or 10,000, which has happened. And
Uh,
yeah, I get out there and that stage is mine, and I just that's
mm,
my ultimate element.
no, that is cool. That is cool. Now, we have quite a bit to talk about, and I'm going to try to cram it in here in the next 20 minutes. What I want to talk about right now is that pretty thing in your hand. Let's tell the people about that.
Well, again, out of Sydney, Indiana. Uh, he's known as Uncle Tom. He's a DJ down
Okay.
there in Indiana, and he's been playing my songs on his playlist now for I don't know maybe close to 5 years. And just one day he happened to say, "Hey Wolf, uh, can I get your address, please?" And I went, "Sure, no problem." He says, "I may have something I would like to send to you." And I said, "Well, sure, and oh, I should also mention too, and I'll get your address eventually too as well.
Yeah.
Send all the DJs a T-shirt of mine.
Ah, I want that.
Yes, it'll
Definitely.
be
I will get you my Addy. I'll send that
yeah.
to you.
So
No,
yeah.
that's not the only award you got.
Oh no no no. I have
Mm-mm-mm.
several. Uh,
Yes, you do.
Songwriter of the year, entertainer of the year, uh, uh, best band, both most viewed band in different places. Uh,
Nice.
Yeah, it's been ongoing. I got some really nice crystals, some awards, and some plaques and trophies, and it's all on my website, www.wolfmilestone.com.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I see you're up for the ISSA Awards to be nominated in 6 categories.
Well, that was last year.
That was last year. Are you on it this year?
No, uh, the reason why I'm not on it this year is because I won last year.
That's
If you
funny.
can believe that. But anyways,
That's funny.
yeah, we were nominated for 6 awards. It was quite an honor. Like even now, thinking about it, Al, I'm getting the goosebumps again, and the hairs are standing up on my arms. So we went down to Atlanta, Georgia, last August, uh,
Mhm.
and like I said, we were nominated for 6 awards. We end up coming back to Canada with 2 awards.
Oh, oh, man, that's still awesome. I mean, I'm up for award this year, whether I get it or not. We'll see. We'll see.
Like just like it is, Al. Like you just said, you're nominated. Being nominated is just like winning it anyway. So that's how I feel.
That's right. Yeah. I tell people I don't do this for a pat on the back. I've got plenty of awards. I don't need those to be recognized. But as I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I appreciate it though.
Yes,
Yes, definitely. Now I see you got quite a few fans out there loving you and what you're doing all over the world.
I certainly do. I I wish we had computers and Facebook and all this stuff years ago, because like now
Yeah.
on Facebook now I've had over 5,000 friends for almost 7 years now.
Wow.
Like
Beautiful.
because you can't add any more than 5,000.
That's the limit, huh?
Yeah, so I mean, people keep saying, "Send me a friend request." Why won't you accept me as a friend? I have no more room.
I got enough friends. And then
Well,
I don't want to hurt their feelings.
that's just it, Ellen. And how can you talk to 5,000 people in 1 hour?
You can't. No.
You can't.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm.
what I do every morning, I get on, I come on Facebook, I say, "Good morning."
There you go. See 5,000 people say it back.
Well, I usually get that anywhere between 300 to 500 people returned. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
That's great. I love it, Wolf. I love it. Now, I'm going to jump off the subject a little bit. I like that new guitar you got.
Which one?
It looked like a Schecter, the blue one, the black one with the,
Oh wow, that
yeah.
there's a story behind that guitar.
Tell
My
me.
my daughter, she really loves this band, and they're called the Addicts, and they're from England,
Oh,
and it's really like hard rock music that they play. And my daughter and her husband went to California because they follow this band all the time. So long story
okay.
short, uh, the band was selling some things off stage, and jokingly, my daughter said, "Would you be willing to sell your guitar to my dad, me, right?"
Wow.
And they said, "Well, well, does he play guitar?" So she goes, "Well, here, look at his website." So two of the guys looked up my website, and then they said, "Well, hey, this cool dude's pretty good, man. Look at the stuff he's got." So they said, "Sure. What we'll do is, if you have some money, we'll sell the guitar to you." Blah blah blah. And sure
Okay.
enough, she bought the guitar for me. Brought it back for me from California with all their signatures from the band.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow.
I know.
Uh, that is a beautiful story. I love that your daughter did that for you.
Yeah, true story. God bless
Yeah.
her. I love her.
No, man, there's a song right there. Wow.
Uh,
We'll let you work on that.
yeah,
So now I've got some fun questions I want to ask you. Can I do that?
certainly.
All right. Now let's jump over to the other side of the page here. This question right here, you get to have two answers. You can have a person that's alive or a person that has passed away. Who would you want to grace the stage with?
Oh,
Mhm.
well, of course, Hank Williams Sr. was, everyone's idol and still is
Uh,
one of mine.
oh
If
yeah,
if anybody, yeah, it would be Hank Sr.
I love it. One more.
Well, this person is very, very much alive. There's two actually, Garth Brooks and George Strait. Between the two of them,
Mm,
they're my alive idols right now.
Beautiful
Garth Brooks and
people.
George Strait. Yes.
Oh, that's great music. Great music. I can see why you like them. I love them too. All right. Next question here. You get two answers on this one. What stage, anywhere in the world, would you like to step on and perform?
The Grand Ole Opry in
Great.
Nashville.
Yes, I love that answer. All
Yeah.
right. What's the second one?
Uh, I would say Branson, Missouri.
Branson.
They're
Oh,
oh yeah, they're big country, big
yeah, they
country.
are. That place is really built up. They draw a heck of a crowd.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see you playing there. Wow, definitely.
Well, I was
Why
on a
not?
radio. I was on a radio station there 2 weeks from Branson. Which was really good.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow, I love those. All right. I love the answer for this next question. All right. You and your band, you got a gig. Let's say you're in front of, say, 5,000 people. You get up to that microphone, the band starts, you start playing and start singing. You see the crowd moving, dancing a little bit. Maybe you see them singing your songs. It bounces back. It's got to hit you in the heart. How does it make your heart feel?
It makes the hairs on my arms stand up, and that's something now that has happened so many times in the last few years that it's such a rewarding experience to feel and the energy from the crowd to see them chanting, wolf, wolf,
Yeah.
wolf, and
Mm,
singing along to my songs almost word for word. It's overwhelming feeling. It's just so hard to put into words. It's just phenomenal.
yeah. And what's nice is it stays with you forever. You can always go back and think about those memories.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sure enough, nowadays with our phones, there's always a camera.
There's always a camera. True. I do miss those days, and I would have to turn around and kind of I get choked up. It's like, okay, I got to take a breather here and then turn around and continue. Oh, but it's nothing like hearing your name being chanted. Or I love using things like that. Yeah,
Oh.
it's a great feeling. I love my hairs are standing up now too. Wow. Uh, all right. Up to the next question. All right. This might have happened to you, and I'm going to say possibly did. You're on the stage with the boys. Throughout your playing career, any embarrassing moments on stage? Microphone hit you, guitar, drop a guitar, trip over a wire, or the other players?
Funny you should ask that question.
I know.
When you're playing and you're right into your song and you break a string or two on your guitar, and then what
Oh,
do you do? Especially when the string is wrapping around your wrist.
yeah. No.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. How do you break that? Yeah. I mean, how do you say, excuse me, audience, I'll be back?
In all my years playing, I'll say, the last 30 years playing, that's happened twice now. That's about the most embarrassing thing.
Well, that's pretty good because I've heard worse stories. Oh yes. When you go up and you're performing, whether it's a smaller venue or a large venue, and you guys get done with your sets, how long does it take you to unwind for the night?
Oh, that takes a while. Yeah, that
Yeah.
definitely, especially the bigger venues. Well, even the ones when we do small clubs and stuff like that, say between 60 to 200 people, it takes a while. Yeah, because you're still energized. You're still hyped, and your adrenaline is just overwhelmed because you've done such a good show. People really appreciate the show, and they're saying, one more, more, and you try to satisfy the crowd as much as you can.
Yeah, you do, and you want to most definitely. But I agree with you. It stays for you for quite a while afterwards. Most definitely. So now I see you've got a lot of radio and press and stuff like that. The Tim Kelly show, Breezeway Internet TV show. Didn't you just do that?
Yes, we did. It was a great success.
Oh, beautiful. Is it just you or the whole band?
No, the whole band.
Did you perform too on TV?
Yeah. Anybody wants to watch it, just go to the Breezeway www.thebreezeway and look for Wolfe Milestone April 2nd TV show.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I kind
Yeah.
of miss being on TV, but I don't know some way. I did it for a long time. Yeah. So, anything coming up as far as radio and press goes? Podcast.
Uh, there's a few more coming up. I'm doing one at least once a month,
Okay.
podcast or radio interviews. Yeah, different different areas. Al, I get more exposure and airplay in the states than anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
if if
good. That's great.
if it wasn't for the United States of America, like the states have been so good to me in my band. I
Yeah.
mean, sure, I'm getting exposure and good vibes up here in Canada, but nothing like I'm getting in the States. I mean, Europe is a big, uh, uh, what do you call it, uh, venue to break into too, because there's so many.
Yeah.
Uh, and Australia, New Zealand is really coming into it now. Uh,
Mm,
but uh, but Europe is it's big. It's huge from Sweden, Germany, Europe. Uh, but from California right up to Boston, Maine, and as far down as Florida, like from coast to coast. Wolf Milestone is out there in the states somewhere.
I love it. Can't get rid of Wolf Milestone because your music's great, my friend. Oh, it's great. And I can see Europe grabbing a hold of it. Oh, yes. And I love my mates over in Australia, talking to them, and all over the world. The music is just great all over. It is. Most definitely.
Yeah,
So,
there's this one disc jockey. He's got to be about the biggest one in Australia. Mark Eccles, from from Australia, and he's really put me on the map in Australia because he knows so many DJs. He's got about 3,000 DJs that he knows, and he sends all my
wow,
stuff, and he helps me send my songs to them.
that's great. We need more people like that.
And
Yes.
I'll tell you one thing, he got more than a T-shirt from me.
I bet that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Now, do you and the band plan on getting out and possibly doing a little tour, maybe around the states next year? I mean, in your area in Canada?
Well, it's in the plan, it's in the making. There's a couple of radio stations I can't quote right now, but
Hmm.
they're trying to organize a little, like a mini tour for us right now, and
Oh,
it would start in New Jersey and end up in Michigan. So we're
hey,
just we're crossing our fingers and I's and T's, and hopefully, maybe perhaps in the summer, I will let you know one way or another. Either July or August, things may materialize.
oh, that'd be great. You come to
I know.
Michigan? Yeah. Oh, you got
Yeah.
to come see me. Yes, I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I will see you, Wolf. I want to see you.
Oh, geez. Well,
Yeah.
one of my best friends. He's a prolific steel guitarist. He lives right there in Detroit.
Oh, there's a lot of great players out of Detroit. I love my Detroit
Oh,
players. Amazing.
he's a doctor of music. Everybody calls him Whiz because he's such a
Whiz.
wizard on that steel guitar.
That's amazing. Oh boy. Yeah, you see this big bald guy running towards the stage, it's me. All right. And I'll join you. That's funny. Oh, we'll have a good time. We'll have a good time. Now, I'm looking around your page. Talk to me about this show that you're going to do. Is it called Recovery? What is that?
uh, I'm not sure what it.
On your profile, or something. Are you going to be doing your own kind of show, maybe, possibly? Or maybe I'm off.
No, not me. No.
No, not you. Well, let's cross that off the list. What am I talking about? So anyway,
Yeah.
how about collaborations? You collaborate with any artist out there over your time?
Oh yes, yeah. Bo Haas. He's out in Seattle, Washington. Who I,
Okay.
who, who him and I have collaborated on a few songs, and those are on YouTube as well. Bo Haas, Bohoss. His name is Bo Haas, and myself.
Mm,
Just look us up on YouTube and
yeah.
Google us, and you'll find us. Andrew Dean uh, from Florida, another
Okay.
fellow, and uh, Oh, I can't think of his name right now. Just stopped. I'm having a sometime moment.
We'll have that.
Yeah.
Let's move on then. All right, we got what 10 minutes or so. But anyways, let's talk about some music, your songs here.
Yeah,
Checking
sure.
them out, loving every bit that I'm checking out. And there's some I want to talk about here. All right, Old Mexico.
Yes.
I like that.
You know how he wrote that song, Al?
How's that?
It was during the winter time, and everybody was complaining about no sun and how cold it was. And so over a morning coffee, the wife and I were sitting at the breakfast table, whatever, blah blah blah. I'm reading the sports in a newspaper, so we come up to the travel area, part of it, and uh, and I said, honey, if I ever get to Mexico with all this weather like that, I'm going to drink every beer when I get there. And she says, well, why don't you write about it?
There you
So
go.
I did. So I said, boy, but if I do get to Mexico, there's few people are going to call and say that I'm down here in Mexico drinking every beer.
I love it. That's great. I'll join you. That's
I can
wonderful.
I can give you a little quick sample of that if you don't mind.
Hey, hey, I would like that.
I'm calling you on the phone from old Mexico, drinking beers and laying in the sun. The beach is really cool here in old Mexico. Hey, senor, bring on the beers and we'll have some fun. You can drink and dance under the stars above, singing songs in the moonlight, holding who you love, without a worry in the world or even a care. And what are we doing? We're drinking every beer here in old Mexico. Cha cha cha.
Yes, I love it. Thank you, Wolf. On every other podcast, I know is digging that, and we're all having a beer. That's great. I love it.
That's how I wrote that song. At the kitchen table, and I just picked up the guitar and I started writing things down. And I said to my wife, mark down that word or that phrase, whatever I said. Yeah, that was a fun novelty song.
It sounds like a lot of fun, and I'm smiling, grin to ear to ear here. This is great. I'm loving this. I didn't expect that. Thank you, Wolf.
Oh well,
Uh,
thank you.
all right, another song I want to chat about, "Runaway."
Well, again, that's one of my old favorites from that era. I
Mm,
always sang it. I always sang it as a teenager, and almost every band that I played in over the years, whether it be country or rock, I've always played that song.
it's a great song. I love it. I do.
As I walk along, I wonder what went wrong with our love that was so strong. I can do it.
There we go. I'm loving this. You playing the songs I'm requesting. I like that. Okay, I got another song here, and this is a cover song you do. "Love Will Keep Us Alive" by the Eagles.
Oh man, the Eagles! I tell you, they're just my. I was standing all alone against the world outside. You were searching for a place to hide, lost and lonely. Now you've given me the will to survive. When we're hungry, love will keep us alive.
I love that song.
Me
It's
too.
great. Yeah, the
That's one of my
Eagles are,
faves.
yeah,
That's one
they're
of my
great.
faves.
I love that a lot. And one more song that I'm looking at, "Bottle on the Bar."
Well, this is a true story. We were playing at this bar up in northern Quebec one year, and there was this guy sitting at the bar. And throughout the evening, after the first set, I was going to go talk to him because he was talking to the bottle on the bar. And so after about the middle of the second set, I said, when I finish this set, I'm gonna go talk to that guy if he's still here. So
Yeah.
I finished playing that set, and I went to him, and I said, "Hi, I noticed you been talking to your bottle on the bar," and he says, "Well, if this ever goes dry, I'm gonna lose the only friend I have." And
Oh,
I'm thinking to myself, the bottle on the bar and the friend I only have, because he just that's the only thing that was keeping him going. So I went
oh.
home that night and I went into my room and I'm thinking about this guy sitting at the bar. Noisy people all around smoking cigarettes and dope. I ordered myself another round trying to build up some hope. The bottle on the bar was the only friend I had. And if it was ever gone, I'd be rather sad. And I've been told a lot of times that a bottle wouldn't go dry. But it never did go empty, that bottle on the bar. And that's how I wrote that one.
I love that. I love that. And that brings me back in time because back in the 80s, when I was sitting at the bar, I wrote a song that was sitting at the bar looking at the people drinking and stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, I wish I could remember it.
Oh, I was going to say, send it to me and I'll do it.
That was what, 86, I think. So yeah, that's long gone.
I can re-release it.
Re-release it. There we go. I think it was called Girl in the Red Dress.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now you got
So
my interest. Now you got my interest.
let me see if I can take if I do find the lyrics or something, I'll pop it over to you.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Wow. Stories we can tell us musicians and through the journeys we've been through life. Amazing. Definitely.
I wouldn't change nothing now. I
No.
I'm just so happy with everything that has transpired over the years. The places I've played, the venues, the recordings, TV, like our broadcast right now. Like it's just
Yeah.
I love it. I look forward to it all the time.
That's great. And with being musicians like us, we get to meet some wonderful people out there in the world, don't we?
We sure do.
Yeah. Now, on the flip side of that, we get to meet a lot of, excuse my French, assholes too.
Uh, I think years ago when I was doing rock and roll, there was a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. But
It
not
just
on
goes
your music.
yeah. No, in the
Uh,
country, everybody's so friendly and down to earth, and
they are.
it's cool.
They are. They are. That's great. So, what's the future looking for you, Wolf? In 5 years, where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing?
Well, I've already been inducted to one Country Music Hall of Fame already, which I'm very proud of.
Nice.
Down in Missouri Valley, Iowa, USA. Um,
Beautiful.
I'm looking forward to hopefully, again, repeat myself, play on the Grand Ole Opry stage, and up here in Canada, even if I get an honorable mention to be, or even nominated to be into the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame up here, that would be such a big reward. So I can send that up to my mom and dad in heaven. Say, look, mom and
No,
dad, look what your son has done.
that's beautiful. You're going to
Yeah.
get that. I know you are. Ah,
Wow.
yes. Everybody. So, everybody, podcast land, we're almost going to wrap it up. Get on the platforms and check out Wolfe Milestone and his music. You're going to love every song he's got out there and more to come. When do you plan on doing another album CD?
Well, we're hoping by about the middle of spring, maybe around May sometime, hopefully, if
Hey,
everything works,
great.
if things work out all right, for studio time, because it's so busy right now, Al, up here, and everybody's
Is it?
booked so far ahead. It's incredible.
Yes, it is. It is.
And,
We'll
and of
keep
course, I gotta make sure I got the time when we're not performing to get into the studio.
very true. Very true. Well, I can't wait to hear your next CD and everybody out there that wants to hear it too. Now, well, since we got a little time, we're both about the same age. What would little advice to the younger generation coming up wanting to do what we do?
Well, keep following your dreams, believe in yourself. Um, and like if you don't go get it, nobody's going to bring it to you. So
That's
believe in
right.
yourself, believe in yourself, continue what you're doing, and just another hurdle in life or chapter in life, and just believe in your dreams and pursue it.
Beautiful. Couldn't say that any better. Wolf, my friend, we're going to have to wrap it up here. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart you joining me today and doing the podcast. Thank you.
Well, Al, I thank you again so much. And if and when we can come back on, I'll have a couple more songs for you.
I can't wait. It'll probably be 6 months or so. We'll get you back on.
Oh,
Yes.
hey, okay, it's a date. I got to mark that
It's a
down.
all right. It's a date. I'm going to put you down too. We're going to stay in touch, my friend. Definitely. This is your show. Any closing words? Anybody you want to thank out there?
Everybody around the world, thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
That's great, Pat. So everybody in podcast land, like I said, check out Wolfe Milestone on all the platforms. And of course, check all the artists out in your area on my show, past or future shows. But support your artists. Get out to the shows and support them. Get the swag. And definitely, definitely hook up with Wolfe and he'll set you up. Yes, indeed. Wolf, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Like I said, we will stay in touch. What I'm going to do when we're done, I'm going to put this together and get it on the platforms, and I'll send you the link right away.
Good, and then I'll add it to my website.
I appreciate it, Wolf. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Wolf. Thank you, everybody in podcast land and bands, artists. You know how to get a hold of me to get on the show. Let's do it. So we're going to wrap this up, people. Wolf, thank you. I'm going to talk to you in just a few. And everybody out there, you all have a great day or evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Big Al and Wolf. We're saying bye. We're out of here. I'll talk to you in a minute, Wolf. All right?
You bet.
All right. See ya.